Okay, welcome back to Nutrition in Plants. Okay, we will finish up this particular chapter by the end of the video. Okay, so as mentioned earlier on, your gut cells, it contains the ability to open and close, which will allow the plant to undergo photosynthesis. Okay, so let's look at it logically, because I'm sure we all have went through transport in movement of substances whereby you use osmosis, diffusion, and active transport. Okay, so let's look at it in the daytime itself after I remove these components to make it less messy. Okay, so in the daytime, what happens is I have got photosynthesis that is taking place, isn't it? Okay, so when photosynthesis takes place, this provides the plant with energy, right? Okay, so since the plant has energy, recall also the plant has the possession of the organelle mitochondria, okay, which provides the energy in the currency of ATP. Okay, so when I have got mitochondria along with the energy, this enables the plant to undergo what we know as active transport. Okay, so this active transport at the gut cells, okay, due to the presence of chloroplasts at the gut cells. Okay, just remember your lower epidermis do not carry any chloroplast other than your gut cells. Okay, so coming back to here, so active transport happening at the gut cells. So when this happens, it will uptake your mineral salts, ions, etc. Okay, due to the presence of energy. So when in the gut cell, or in the cell itself, in any cell including your gut cell, when I have got an increment of potassium and the salts, etc., what will happen to the water potential or the water concentration? Okay, so my water potential or water concentration is definitely going to drop. Okay, so to give you a real life example, let's say I have got 10% salt in 90% water. Okay, I'm going to keep my water volume, not percentage, but volume the same. So what happens when I add more salt into the same solution? It becomes more concentrated, simply because now in a fixed volume I have an increase in the number of solutes. Okay, so similarly, when I increase in my potassium ions, etc., there will be a decrease in water potential. So when water potential decreases, what happens? I will have osmosis of water. Okay, osmosis is only used for water, so osmosis of water from surroundings cells. Okay, so when water flux in, okay, your stomata is not a very even structure. Okay, so what will happen is when water enters into the stomata along with the presence of my potassium and salt ions, what happens is my uneven nature, okay, so the outside is thicker than the inside. Okay, so when everything goes in, the pressure of the water will be pushed towards the back, which enables the gut cells to open up. Okay, so for this is the daytime. So when we look at nighttime by itself, it is slightly different. Okay, so in the day I have already accumulated, okay, the amount of my potassium ions and water in the day. Now nighttime I do not have photosynthesis, so ATP production stop, therefore no active transport. Okay, so when that happens, I cannot uptake any more potassium ions and mineral salts. Instead, what has been stored in the day will diffuse out. Okay, so conversely to the first section, okay, when my accumulated potassium ions in the stomata diffuse out, what will happen is that, what happens to my water potential? My water potential is now going to increase. Okay, so when the water potential increases, okay, now inside the gut cell I have a lot of H2O compared to the surroundings. So my water will leave the gut cells into the surroundings. So once the water leaves the gut cells into the surroundings, this turgor pressure that you see happening in the day will be lost. Okay? So when I lose the turgor pressure, eventually it will get back to being flaccid because there is no more turgidity. Okay, pretty logical, right? When you think about it in a step by step and piece them together to form a story, that is what you get.